Hello, my name is Alex Barrand. I'm the manager of Pioneer Pro Audio. We're here in Orlando, InfoComm 2017. I'm going to take you for a quick technical guide of the Express series. The Express series feature at the moment, the current lineup is an Express 12 and an Express 15, but we don't have the 15 actually around to show you. And there's an Express 215 subwoofer, which you can see at the back here. I'll start again with the 12. The Express 12 is a two-way, obviously two-way loudspeaker, rotatable waveguide. We actually based on the kind of sound quality and feedback of our XY systems, like I was explaining earlier on. The sound character is what we wanted to optimize and bring into the Express series, but also listening to the mobile application market and actually to fine-tune more of their kind of creativity and desire, what they want from a loudspeaker. The amplifier at the back is made by PowerSoft, so it's a very high pedigree in that aspect of you can really trust the amp module. It's the high performance. It's not going to let you down. It's not going to be artificial in terms of power rating. It's giving you the true power, what you need, and what you'd learn to expect from a high premium brand like PowerSoft. The Express features a rotatable horn. We have 4 Dsp modes inside. We have the standard mode, which is flat, and that tends to be for applications where you're using the speakers as an installation, and you're running it through a processor, external processor, to do your delay times, etc., like that. So we obviously voiced the cabinet as flat as we possibly can get it, because we actually want, in that flat mode, we wanted it to be a natural sounding box, and actually the flavor and colorations of the cabinet you can do via external processing. If you don't have an external processor and you're running it in a lollipop stick configuration, then we have another mode, and the mode is called bass mode. The bass mode basically is just an enhancement on the LF section, and it also complements that kind of, let's say, the unique smiley face EQ curve, which we all come to love or hate actually in this industry. But it certainly complements the box very well. It creates the deep sound if you don't have the subwoofer engaged. But also on the back there's a crossover switch, but we'll flip in a crossover, so it will basically push the rest of the signal down to the subwoofer if you have the sub connected. So there's 2 ways of creating the optimum system. There's another mode which is speech, and this one was made for actually more of the corporate applications where the speech mode is the hi-hat, the top hat on the speaker can tilt downwards, and as it tilts downwards, it can, if the audience is sitting down, obviously we wanted to optimize that HF driver to be not, let's say, taking people's heads off with the sharpness of the speaker, because we don't need to throw it a long way. We're just kind of concentrated on aero for corporate environments. So yeah, the speech mode really has a kind of EQ a bit more favorable around the kind of the general hotspots, what you'd learn to expect feedback coming from. And then the other mode we have here is when it's in a wedge mode on the floor, and actually we tuned it so it is the EQ mode will at least try to eliminate some of the feedback you're going to generally get if you're standing as an artist above the speaker in wedge mode. And again, with the crossover switch engaged, you can do a lot more with the subwoofer if you wanted to use it as a drum fill or side fill for a stage, etc. And finally, this is the new range which we introduced at this show this year. So we're introducing the Express 10. So I'm going to take you over to the Express 10. So this product is due out in the fall. I think it's going to be globally around August 2017. So this year. This is just a prototype at the moment, but it's pretty much now sound quality is optimized. We unfortunately couldn't have it on demo here because this is like one of the first ones that's come from the headquarters. But in terms of appearance, weight, specifications, and amplifier specs, everything is now fixed. But as you can see, like one handle at the top. It's a very easy lift. The exact weights. Unfortunately, I can't have the specification to hand because that might change in the time we launch. But it's definitely a compact, powerful speaker. One thing to point out, actually, the amp module we use, again, is a PowerSoft module with the same characteristic Dsp modes I mentioned earlier on the Express 12 and 15. But also, the amp modules are the same power. So it's a 2,400 watt module here. It's a 2,400 watt module here. And likewise for the Express 12 and also for the Express 15 and the Express 215 subwoofer. So that module means that you're going to get you're having the headroom and the amplifier. Yes, okay, do you need 2,400 watts for a 10-inch speaker? No, but what it means is you've got one. Well, you've got one service part. So in terms of you're guaranteed to get the same response, the same performance and speed of service. If should something go wrong with a speaker, peace of mind that you're not having to chop and change different boards out. This is the subwoofer now. This is the XPRS 15 reflex loaded sub. This is actually my one of my favourite sounds. Actually, this is very, very pleased with the performance for such a small cabinet. It literally is a very easy lift into the back of a vehicle after a gig. But we were showing this speaker at Pro Light and Sound show in March in Europe, and actually we had the speakers on because I had a very one of the latest samples there, and we were just playing around with the speaker, and everyone was coming over just going, that's amazing, all that pressure coming from just such a small subwoofer. So very, very pleased with this. I don't know if you can see inside, but there's something quite unique about it. Unfortunately it's quite dark here, but actually the angle is on a 25-degree angle tilting backwards into the cabinet. And this is kind of adapting to that AFAS technology we had in the Express series. Behind the driver, actually, there's a part inside the cabinet which is actually eliminating some standing waves within the cabinet itself. So it's quite a unique feature in terms of a reflex loaded sub. It's something we're kind of proud of to try to introduce with Express range and continue that kind of feedback we've had on it, which has been very positive by users so far. It comes with casters, as you can see, the same as the Express 215 sub. You have different crossover frequencies here for the sub, so you can engage at 80 Hz, 100 Hz, 120, and up to 150 should you need to. And also in times when you need the subwoofers next to a wall or underneath a stage, it sometimes helps to have the 0 to 180 degree phase shift switch, which basically is available on the Express 215 sub as well. I tend to find this very useful in some applications when you have a sub kind of in the corner and you have another sub which is, let's say, more exposed in the room. So using the phase switch, you can really get the coupling off the wall and engage it in a way where you're not getting the cancellation. So yeah, I hope you like the overview of the Express, and you can find all the details of these products on pioneerproaudio.com. Thank you very much.